Embroidery Preferences is this little square with 3 dots. Let's look and see what's in here. First off, the background color. You can actually change this from white to another color. Let's just choose a darker color and touch OK. Sometimes when you have a design that is saved at the manufacturer in white, like white lace, what happens is when you bring a white design in on a white background, you can't see it. But if you change that background color to a color you can see, that's going to make it a lot easier. So even a gray is sometimes a nice, not too dark, but a nice viewing one, but you can pick other colors to be appropriate. Another thing you can use the background color to be is if you have a t-shirt that is going to be like a lavender and you're going to put this design on it, how is it going to look? You can kind of generate the colors and see, is that going to be enough contrast? Do you need to change one of these colors so it shows up a little bit better? So utilize the background color to help kind of mimic the color of your project. Another thing that's in the preferences area is background fabric. What you'll find is it'll kind of put more of a texture back here, and once again you can change that to different colors for your look. So it is kind of nice, instead of just having a color, a little bit more of texture. Sometimes that is a little hard on my eyes, so I don't always use that a lot, but you definitely can set that for a fabric. A grid. When you're lining up something within a design, maybe more than one item, say having a grid is going to help with the alignment of those items. All right, next is, I'm going to turn the grid off. Also a little busy on my eyes, so I don't use that too much, but just align and then I take it off. Here's what is called 3D or 2D. So what it'll do is show you what it looks like in actual stitches. So this is kind of fun. We're going to zoom in here and zoom to box. You're going to see it's going to look very close to the satin stitching. As you can tell, it takes a little time for this to regenerate, so sometimes that does take a little bit more time. If you're willing to wait for it, you can kind of see, okay, how are those stitches actually going to stitch? I'm going to go ahead and do zoom to all so we can see the whole design, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it from 2D to 3D and return it back to just kind of the quick stitch out. See how fast it loads in comparison to the 3D version. The full screen. Let's touch this and notice that your whole screen will now be the picture of your design on screen. Even if it's just a little tiny design, it will make it the fullest size. So this is a great way to have a little bit more visual here. By just touching the screen, it will return it back to a normal viewing area. Full screen park position is also here. So if you are finishing up your embroidery, you've already come out of the embroidery mode and back over here to the edit mode, you can push park and that will move the embroidery arm all the way to the far left, so you can get it back into the packing material for your case. So when you push that, it will move the embroidery arm. So super easy, but do note, kind of refresh every so often, what are in those 3 little dots in the preference area.